Hi everyone, happy Earth Day. I'm so happy to kick us off today. You need to act as though your house is on fire, because it is. Those are the brave, powerful words of the young Greta Thunberg to hundreds of world leaders at the World Economic Forum in 2019. And I start with her words because, rightly so, Earth Day this year is starting with a focus on youth activism. Our young people understand this existential threat of climate change. Joe Biden was elected on a climate mandate because young people turned out in record numbers, and their top issue is climate change. So we have national movements like Sunrise, and we have right here in Santa Barbara, nearly every school has a green team of students who are pushing that envelope, holding people like me accountable for the lack of leadership that's preceded us and the dire need to make bold, strong action on this climate crisis. I started with Greta's words as well because that was 2019. It's a little hard to remember pre-pandemic, but in 2019 there were climate strikes all throughout the globe, led by young people. Right here in Santa Barbara, I'm sure many of you participated when young people walked out of the classrooms at UCSB and City College and the high schools. It was powerful. And they again are just raising their voices in a powerful way. And we need to listen. Even though we're environmentalists here and it's the birthplace of Earth Day, we cannot rest on our laurels. And youth activism and climate change are at the heart of the environmental movement in 2021. We got to do our work here in Santa Barbara. The Washington Post had an incredible study about a year and a half ago that demonstrated that things are warming. This area is warming faster than virtually anywhere else on the planet. So what can we do? We all can play a part. In conversations with many people watching several years ago, I started, after coming back from Washington, where I had a career in environmental policy, working at the Ocean Conservancy and also working with Al Gore's group to pass cap and trade legislation. I got involved locally, joined up forces with the Community Environmental Council. And something that would come up in conversation was, hey, what's going on with our schools? How come our Santa Barbara Unified School System isn't on the forefront of environmental leadership? And we live here in Santa Barbara, the birthplace of Earth Day. How come it is that there isn't one solar panel on any school? And our school system is one of our biggest property owners in our entire community. So those compelling questions, along with other issues, really drove me to run for the school board and see what kind of change we can impact. We have to start small, but now actually I'm proud to say, in the midst of so much daunting news with this pandemic and social unrest and climate change and police violence, you name it, right now we're experiencing it. There's a bright spot here in our schools, again, driven by our students. They lead the way. And in Santa Barbara Unified, currently, we just have a few solar panels up. We're about 0% reliant on renewables, but in 2022, we'll be over 90% reliant on renewables through a massive microgrid project. It's based in the belief that I am fervent about, that our schools need to be safe havens. We understand that during the pandemic more than we ever did. Those kitchens need to stay open. Our schools need to function. We saw that also during the Thomas Fire and the mudslide that devastated us and tragically took lives. Our schools need to be safe havens, and if you create microgrids, small networks of independent energy sources through solar and battery storage, we can keep our schools running. So right now the plan is to have 14,000 solar panels at 14 sites. 6 schools will be designated microgrids, including the 3 big high schools, La Cumbre Junior High, and a few district sites. And the district will save $14 million over the next 28 years. So that's what I'm here to share, a bit of optimism led by our students. And what better voices to actually listen to than mine, than the class of 2034. So Superintendent Maldonado and I took a little visit to Monroe Elementary under the leadership of Principal Brian Naughton and the incredible Ellen Hunter, kindergarten teacher. Here's what her students had to say.
Here at Monroe, we started a green team last year, so we're trying to engage our students about the environment really and what to do with their waste. So at lunchtime, we've set up a yellow bin for composting, a blue for recycling, and the brown for trash. And we have signs that kind of help direct them, plus we have students that are part of the green team who monitor where the waste is going. So if I had, let's say, a plastic fork, where am I? Can I put it in here?
No.
Why?
Because this is food for food.
Why is Earth Day important?
To keep the earth clean. It needs to be clean.
To keep the earth clean
and healthy.
and healthy.
Yes.
And what's going to happen if we keep the earth clean and healthy?
It would give us more food.
More food.
Yes. You guys know what the worms and the ants do with their bodies in the compost?
They break it up.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
They do.
They break it up.
It's like breaking a brick with a chainsaw.
That's right.
Wow, they have a big job and they're so small. Where do you guys put the soil next?
So we can like
So you're gonna put it in the planters maybe, or out here? And what would you want to grow in it if you had a chance to choose?
pretty plants.
Pretty plants.
If we could grow food, what kind of food would you want to grow?
Watermelon trees.
Wait, look at this, Hollis. Big. What's the name of that letter?
But that also brings out sunflower seeds.
That's
You
a
can eat
letter
sunflower
P.
seeds.
That would be really good. Put some water right where it's dry because there are some seeds, some wildflower seeds that
We're here today on Earth Day because I feel so strongly that all eyes of future generations are on us, and the decisions even a school makes, even a teacher makes, a school board member, we carry the weight of the world for this generation. That's a Greta Thunberg quote of all eyes being on this generation, and that's why I'm here to push forward as much as we can with leaders like Superintendent Maldonado.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, as superintendent, I know my job is to be the steward of the community's children and the future of all of the children and how the community will grow. So having a program like this and encouraging our young children to know how to take care of their world is really going to make it better for them and for their children. So I'm very proud to be supporting this work, and I'm hoping to expand it in our school district as well so that we sustain our world and our environment.